What's cracking, everybody? So check it out. I was online and I was doing some research. I was looking at something for someone, and in the midst of looking for a specific type of information, I found something else very interesting. Now, what I was researching, where I was researching, I have a very vested interest in this place. Wink, wink. It's Michigan. So I was talking to Jack LaFleur, and she asked me to Google something for her. She was at work, couldn't do it. So, of course, I did. In the midst of looking for the information she was requesting, I found something pretty eye-opening, pretty disturbing, kind of disgusting, and I wanted to share it with you. So I found a website, a link to a website for U.S. Senator Carl Levin of Michigan. Okay? Now, according to Heather, Carl is a creepy cunt. But I'm going to quote Carl here. These projects put Michigan's research, engineering, and manufacturing expertise to work in helping defend our nation. By connecting Michigan universities and companies with vital defense needs, we make our troops safer, stronger, and better prepared for the threats they face. This was an announcement based on Michigan projects included in the Defense Authorization Bill. Now, that bill specifically is H.R. 5136, National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2011. Okay, now remember, this is specifically for Michigan. If Michigan has one of these, guaranteed every other state out there has one of these. The numbers I'm going to read to you, or the number I'm going to give you, the total in funding on this thing is astronomical, ridiculous. And I guarantee that if you dig and you research yourself and look for something in your own state, you're going to find something just as exorbitant. And I would highly suggest that you do that and vlog it. Make a response video to me. Post the information up. I'll do the research myself. I don't care. It basically breaks down this particular list of funding for certain projects, breaks down into different categories. And I'm just going to read the categories to you. The link is going to drill down in each category and drill down to the funding and break it down and have a really good description of exactly what it's going for. Military construction projects, robotics. Let me read this one to you. Under the category of robotics, $12 million for the Unmanned Ground Vehicle Initiative, UGV. This TARDEC, which TARDEC is a company that's an army organization based out of Warren, Michigan. This TARDEC managed competitive program continues efforts to integrate and demonstrate sensor technologies, robotic vision hardware and software, and robotic control technologies that are required to enable UGV systems to maneuver with minimal human intervention for on and off-road missions. So in other words, they're looking at unmanned ground vehicles now, similar to the unmanned air vehicles, UAVs or drones, which, by the way, the information I was looking for originally for Heather had to do with UAVs, drones. She's going to vlog about it. Keep your eyes open, pay attention. It's going to be good. So this information, if I drill down some more, manufacturing research and development, energy research and development, advanced automotive, which is pretty interesting if you look at that one, procurement, university research, other military-related research and develop initiatives. Okay, so the total bill on this bad boy, $8.5 billion. The procurement alone, the procurement of the goods and services to fund, create the technologies, test, all of the things that go into all of this for the fiscal year of 2011, $8.25 billion. $8.25 billion alone for procurement. So there's another $250 million floating around in these other areas, but $8.5 billion total almost. It's insane. We're a country that spends 3 to 4 times as much as the next most powerful nation on our defense budget. If we took 10% of our defense budget, we could feed the fucking planet. Not just feed, educate. You know, why are we putting exorbitant amounts of money, unnecessary funding, into these huge, monumental projects for our national defense? We have enough money in our national defense. You know, Heather and I vlogged about the missing, the 95% of the Iraq rebuild funding is missing. It's gone. Where does it go? Where does it get funneled to? What happens to it? Where is Michigan going to get $8.5 billion to fund these projects? Michigan is fucking broke, just like the rest of the country. Broke. Why are we putting money into this? Someone else who looks into it, I mentioned him before, Kazuki Suri, Kaz. He does a lot. He vlogs a lot about following the money. You know, the kind of spending on weaponry and defense and different military campaigns and whatever else. You know, the kind of money that we put into this stuff is ridiculous. When are we going to stop? When are we going to just stop? When are we going to dial it back? So it really is. And by the way, this bill, the HR 5136, so far has passed the House. It's been read by the Senate twice, but it has not passed the Senate. They're making amendments and doing some other things, and there is some other related legislation to this. Of course, there always is. But if there's one for Michigan, there's one for every other state. So those of you who are in Michigan or anyone else, even if you're not in Michigan, call the representatives, email the representatives, vehemently reject this shit. Don't let them put this through. Don't let them funnel the kind of money they want to funnel into this. And for everyone else in every other state that has one of these, do the same thing. Because whether it's even been proposed yet, whether it's been passed the House or passed the Senate, if it's not passed through all the way through Congress, you still have the opportunity to oppose it. Do so. Oppose it. Reject it. Don't let it pass. So that's all I got. I got some information. I'm going to put in the bar for you, or in the box for you, and that's it. But get back to me. Hit me up. Let me know. Give me some feedback. I love it. So, all right, everybody. Peace. And Heather,